Okay, so I wanted to show you today Giselle and his sister. And they don't ever do this. They never put a real female with one of these. But this is interesting because here we have in one picture, right? Usually you have a bunch of these together. So you think, oh, it's a female. Well, no. So here we go. We've got the sloping jaw. See the small zygomatic arch here? See this forehead, the smaller forehead, the small neck, right? You see the female fat distribution down here. You see the female Q angle. You see the male Q angle on this person, even though this person's very well trained to walk with its feet in front of each other, right? Not to walk like a guy when they walk with their feet to the side, right? They walk side by side, whereas a woman naturally see this person's naturally crosses over. That's what a female does. See how low the belly button is compared to how high the belly button. The male belly button is outside of the pelvis. The female belly button is right at the pelvis or below. See how short this rib cage is, and the actual torso itself is short. Women get their height from their legs. Men get their height from both their legs and their torso. Males' vertebrae are actually bigger. They have the same amount of vertebrae as we do, but they're taller. So a lot of times you'll see a man walking around and it can be a lot taller than a female, but they have the same length legs. Like if you look at these people, their legs are almost the same length, but look, this person gets its height in comparison to this person with their shoulders. And I know this because like when I sit down at work, like if I'm in a meeting or something and a bunch of guys, because I work in construction, a bunch of guys come in, I always look like I'm shorter because I'm sitting down. And as soon as I stand up, you'd be surprised at how many guys that I'm taller than. When I sit down, it looks like I'm short, but when I stand up, everybody's shocked because the height of a woman comes from her legs. Okay. So, and this person you can see here, um, use our little ruler of justice, right? You can see that this person's pelvis on this side exceeds that shoulder bone, right? And on this side, the same way, right? This person's shoulder always exceeds the pelvis. This person's pelvis exceeds the shoulders, right? This person, look at the space you got here. So if I'm at the shoulder joint, look at the space you've got. Look at the space you've got on this side as well. And it's the same as we go through other pictures here. Now, if these two were sharing a womb, the reason why you can have this would be Swyer syndrome, and the opposite is called a Free-Martin when it's a female that is made into a male to have male soft tissue when it has testosterone in the womb. This one, but they probably did this one in the womb and they blocked the hormones. They blocked the testosterone that would give this one the male um, features, right? The male features. So, like in zoology class, it's one of the first science classes I took in college. They tell you that when you have a baby and it's a mammal, every mammal would turn into a female unless you get the testosterone that comes into the womb and actually makes it form male testicles and a penis, right? So if anything goes wrong in that process, you're getting a male, you'll have a male skeleton and you will have female soft tissue and it's like Swyer syndrome. So this one, you look at how long this back is and look where this rib cage ends, right? This arm looks to be photoshopped to me way too high, right? Because this is not where this person's waist is. Look at this person, how short this torso is, right? The legs are long. Look at this person. Look at how long the legs are. This is female because it's got the short torso, has this shorter vertebrae. And look at the jaw on this person. Look at how wide the eyes are. The jaw on this person is not wide either. This person has that curve in the back that females have, S curve. This person is the J curve. This is one of the best things. We're doing this because we're about to go after the leaders. So here we go again. They're walking, and we catch Giselle walking like a guy. See, side by side, because of this male Q angle, right? This one naturally angles in, so the feet are naturally closer. Now, if you go around watching people like I do, you'll see it. You just watch couples walking. See how high the belly button is. You see the Adonis belt, the remnants of the Adonis belt that they got rid of, how long this torso is. Look at how much taller this person is than this person. And this person's legs are nearly the same length. This person gets its height from the torso. That's male. Look at the straight across shoulders. See the sloping natural shoulders. Look at how short this torso is, and look where the elbow is. Look at whose wrists are below the crotch, right? This person's wrists are above the crotch on both sides. This person's wrists are below. So above and below. And they don't do this very often. Most of the time they don't stand next to a real female. They rarely do this because when they do, they're very, very, very obvious. See, this person doesn't have this big zygomatic arch. It has the high ears as well. So this is a very good tell. And I just wanted to do this because we're about to go into people who are fully clothed. And look at this face. See that? Male. This is brow ridge. This is as good as they can look, right? Look at how wide this insert is into the skull. Look at the squareness of the jaw. Look at the height of the neck. So strong. It's a beautiful male. I'll tell you what, if it weren't for these lip injections, none of them would pass. All right, so now we're about to go because this is election night. We are about to start looking at who rules over us. This is this person that they're putting forward to the Supreme Court, Amy Coney Barrett. Look at how it's walking. Look at this person. This is Pence, right? Female Q angle. Coney Barrett, male Q angle. Look at where the wrist is, way below the crotch. Look at how short this person's arms are. This person is taller than this person. Who is the male? Who has the jaw? Who has the male jaw? Which one's male? Which one has a brow ridge? Look at this pelvis, right? Like, look at this person. This person's shoulder bone is outside of the pelvis. This person's, it's even here on this side because of the way it's walking. This person, we're going to guess, even though it has padding, we're going to guess that the shoulder bone is right there. This person is matching, way matching on this side. Now you know why they wear suits, why everything's done. Here we go. We got this person walking with Trump. Who's got the long arms? Why is a man who's supposedly 6'4" have shorter arms than this person who's much smaller? Who's got the male jaw, right? Whose pelvis appears to be wider? Whose legs are longer, right? Who's got the short torso? Even in their dresses, I can tell. Look at this, Melania back here with the jaw. If Trump is male, why doesn't he have male bone structure? Here we go again. We got Trump walking, more female. We've got the long arms. So we got two of these with super long gorilla arms with the big jaws, and we got the female jaw. We've got the short arms. Here's where Trump's crotch is. It's up here. Let's be nice and say Trump's crotch is up here. It's still, their wrists are not below the crotch. Look at this person's crotch and wrists. Same thing with Melania. And this one does not know how to see. This one has been trained to walk, right? One foot in front of the other one. This one has not. That's why they say politics is for ugly people. You know what I'm not sure about is like a lot of people think that things are going to be better with Trump winning, and I hope that's true. I hope we can vote for whichever one of these fallen angel, whatever you want to call them. Like maybe we can actually vote for one that will be good for us. But look at that jaw. I knew it was male as soon as I saw that. It's very interesting. There's a big population of these folks. See these legs here? On what look at the size of these feet. On what planet is a petite looking person, woman, have legs like this and feet that are that big? Just doesn't happen. Here's another suspicious looking person too with the short arm and the wide pelvis. And this whole thing here that they got this style of having the tight pants with the short legs. Well, that's the style now. They're trying to make the legs look shorter on a female. It looks ridiculous on real men. Some of the guys in New York City wear it. It's one of the most annoying things ever. All of these fashion trends are to hide these people. See again, this is like the perfect male skull. This one's had some work, I would say. Definitely like with the zygomatic arch in this area. It's been softened, but I can still see it's male. Here we go again with the arms. The length of these arms is just outrageous. This is when the growth plates do not close when you castrate a male, right? Whether it's castration in the womb, right, when it's done with chemicals, or if it's actually physically done after they're born, the growth plates do not close and they end up with arms. And look at this hand for a female. Right there, you can see that big old Adam's apple, too. This one looked very male, just this whole look to me. It's had its brow ridge shaved down. It's had some work done. I guess that's why they're doing it. I mean, they didn't bother with Ruth Bader Ginsburg. I have a picture on my Instagram of him. It's insane. All right, so this is Andrew Cuomo, the governor, and Carrie Kennedy, his ex-wife. So, which one is female? Look at this hand, this tiny little hand, and look at this thing. How is this person who's much shorter and wearing heels have a bigger hand? This one has like a fat female hand. This one right here in this picture really looks like Diana, right? Princess Diana. All the Kennedys are reversos from what I can tell. You see this? The strength of, look at the width of these shoulders. It's insanity. Look at the width of the eyes and this big brow ridge. I can even see it with the veil on. This person is the one with the strong jaw. This one looks like he's got a big pelvis here. Let's look at these people in the background. Sometimes they're the most telling. Look at that old lady with giant collarbones. You got to look at the old ladies around you and see if any of them have collarbones that you could loosen lug nuts with. Here's another one. You really take a look at these people. Look at the size of this forehead. Look at this person's, right? Look at this, the strength in this jaw and versus this one. And this is supposedly a man. Look at the length of these arms. This is not such a bad picture. Look at the width of the eyes, but I can tell them now. The teeth, too, the big teeth. Men have bigger teeth. They do fix that, though. That's one of the reasons why these celebrities all have fake teeth, right? Look at this. See what I mean about the loosen and lug nuts crowd? This one's padded up right here. This one's rib cage is ending down here. And this one, you can tell in this suit, even with this pad, that the shoulder and the pelvis here are matching. This one, even with pads, this person's shoulder bone is outside. Amazing. This one I picked because of the slope here, right? S. Looking male. The older they get, the more male they look. Oh, this one was very obvious to me as being male when I first saw it. See this wrist here? Do you see this squareness of the wrist? That is male. Females have a daintier wrist than males do. And that right there, that jaw will not quit. It's also got its brow ridge growing back. Like, look, this person has some sort of probably brow ridge implant. This person who is much bigger than this person, their eyes are closer together than this. Look at this neck. Who's got the strong neck and the strong back? Not this one. Oh, here one. I picked this one because of the steel-plated chest, right? Look at the weak here. The weak jaw on this person, the strong jaw on this person. Short arms, long arms, short arms. Why is it always opposite? Why in the celebrity world and in the world of politics is it always opposite? Why is it that the women have the strong bone structures and the men have the weak bone structures? Who's got the big necks? Like, on what planet does a woman have a big, strong neck and a man doesn't? A man that's taller and bigger doesn't have a stronger neck. Even men that are like that tall, wiry, strong, they still have a longer, stronger neck than a woman, right? All right, so we're going to go to Texas here with Barbara Jordan. Bob, that's a dude. Look at this. Brow ridge. Neanderthal. This has been going on for so long. See this? Male. Look at these hands. Do you see the size of these fingers? Good God in heaven. What woman has a hand like this? I bet you I'm taller than this person, and my hand does not look like that. Look at that. This is a dude with an earring and a dress on. Here we go again. Look at the width of these shoulders. Can you see that? Do you see the width of these shoulders? Like 3.5 heads across. See this? Is this female? On what planet? Look at this. You can even see this one has the torso of Giselle. Completely flat chest. Torso of Giselle, right? It's got its shoulder bone out here and its pelvis is in here. That is not a female. Look at the brow ridge. Unbelievable that people believe that this is a female just because they're told. We've been told this for years. Now we're going to Texas again with Governor Abbott. I have this one is hard. Like, what is going on here with this leg? This doesn't even look real. This person has very, very close together eyes. Not much male bone structure going on, but it's very hard to tell, right? So this person's padded up and seated in a chair. It appears that the pelvis and the shoulder match here. This doesn't look female to me. We'll see. We're just going to keep going. This is another weird one that I thought. Like, there's something strange about his legs. It's like there's something in here, even in this. I don't know. This person had an accident. If you look at the fingers, they're all the same, right? This and here, so that's female. And then you got Trump making the Masonic sign over here. Let's look at the jaw real fast. I forgot. See, this jaw is pretty weak looking. And where's the big zygomatic arch? Same thing with this one. Where's the zygomatic arch of the male? Where's the jaw of the male? Here we go. We have this one making the sign. This is interesting. When you look here, right, we're going to guess that the shoulder bone is there and we draw a straight line down. That right there, that ratio is female. This one is a little harder to tell. It's hard to tell. This one I picked because it shows Trump's curve here, right? This curvy booty, short spine, curve, S, butt, right? Long legs, short torso. This is a very sloping jaw. I don't see any brow ridge. No brow ridge on this person. Such a small space between the eyes. Nose is pretty big though. This palate is very small. This has like a heart-shaped face, like a female. I know it's got something weird going on with the leg. I don't know if it's got some sort of wasting here or what's going on. That it's always looking funny on this leg. Like, where is this person's femur? Look at how short Trump's arm. This is another one. Ooh, we got our S curve here, right? S. And we got our butt. We got our really long legs. We got our short arms. We got our tiny hands. That what was his name? The one guy in the last presidential election he was making fun of Trump for. Once again, I do not see like I don't see male bone structure on this person. I see a tiny palate. I don't see a brow ridge. I see not much zygomatic arch, whereas a male's like, look at this, not even big cheekbones like I have. Now, here we go. When we see the wife, you're going to start understanding. This one is a pretty good picture of the wife. And when I saw this, I was like, oh, they're a real couple. Then I started going backwards and I started seeing this squareness here, right? And how far apart the eyes are, how close the eyes are, far apart the eyes are. This is with the bushes, right? So, how come everybody that's female in this picture, here, here, and here, why are their eyes farther set apart than the two men, right? Now, this jaw looks square because of jowls, but it's not. This one is all male. Look at the necks. Look at the size of the necks, height and width of the necks on the females compared to the males. Here we go with the devil sign right here. Just looking masculine to me. This one too. This one less because look, the eyes are closer together than these, right? Than this one's. The insert into the nose here. The insert into the nose is small. It's wide here. Some of them pass better than others. This one to me was what I needed to see. Straight across shoulders here for the quote unquote female. We've got our jaw that is square. We don't have a square jaw on this man. Look at how far apart the eyes are. Look how close the eyes are. Where is this man's collarbones? Look at this pelvis here too, right? It's being hidden. This person is small in here and it's got a wider pelvis down here. Here we go again. We got a very long-armed female, supposedly. We got a man with a short torso with the very, very long legs. This looks like it might be male right here, like a little bit of a. Well, I mean, look at her neck and his. Okay, so they both have the same. But right here, this person's wrists are above the crotch. It's a pretty picture. All right, so we're going to look at some more people who are half naked to remind us what these switch skeletons look like when they've been all done up. Well, okay, maybe we can't zoom in that much. All right, so when they're fake, what they do is they get a rib removed and then they get fat transplants here. This is why this short little man with the big wide shoulders had to have so much butt, fake butt put on him, right? So this person's shoulders are out here. And look, he still does not have a female pelvis. This person's pelvis is like right here, and this is all fat transfer, right? On this side, you can see what they add, right? So, and it's the funny thing is it's always too low because the male's pelvis is always too low. You got the straight across shoulders. You've got the ribs taken out. They always wear this high thing right here, and this is to make it seem, this one's the worst one, right? This one didn't have quite as much fat transfer put in. You can see this one's Adonis belt. But even with all the surgery that they do, they still do not pass because look how low everything is. Look at how low. This pelvis is way too low, and this is why they jack up these bikini strings to make it seem like you have really long legs. Well, this looks ridiculous on real women because we do have long legs, and when we put something on like that, it looks hilarious. See? They're trying to make it seem like their belly button is below. They have all this fat put in, right? Got their thigh gap because that's where their balls should be. And they've got this like basketball looking thing. This is not what a female's pelvis looks like. I mean, on my pelvis, there's not a lot of fat right here, right? It's bone. It's not fat, right? That's how you can tell on these. You can see this person's flat back, even from the front here. And they got to pose like this, make all these so that they look female. Here we go again with the big fat butt. You don't see this on a real woman. Look at this. This even looks like it's one of those torsos that they put on. Like this looks fake. This is probably a belly chain, but look at this. This looks like almost like it's a fake torso. This one, no matter how much surgery it has, it's still a dude with its big, big, big jaw, huge collarbones. Here we go again. They get this weird, see, they still have the male torso. This is where this rib cage ends. They still have the male torso. They have the high belly button, and they have this weird thing going on because they put all this fat. They gained a bunch of weight, and then they shoot the fat into them. And you'll never see a woman on earth that looks like an ant. This is what these switch skeleton people do. And then they stand like this. This is what Mag calls the transgender pose to make it seem like they have a pelvis. I don't know any woman on the earth that stands like this ever. I think I'd probably fall over if I tried. Here we go with Carrie Kennedy again. I think you can see the male. Do you see this? Do you see this brow ridge? You see the width here? You see how this is a dude? Just pretend, like put your hands over the hair and the earrings, and what do you see? Big, big palette too. Here's Carrie Kennedy and RFK. Once again, when you see them together, who has the male bone structure? Who has the big jaw and the zygomatic arch? Who doesn't? Who's got some sort of probably crimson jaw implant? Who's got the wide set eyes and the short eyes? Or the short, they're set so close together. Look at this. Who's got the short arm? Who's got the pelvis? This has been photoshopped back here. It's weird. They're like whole families full of these type people. So here we have a representation of the truth, Manlanya in his suit, right? Look at who's got the long arms, who's got the short arms. See, this person's doing the on both symbol, the Baphomet symbols right here on both fingers. Who's got the jaw? This person's had to have so much surgery because this is actually a really good looking dude. like, and this is probably, I don't know, this hair looks like some sort of wig they just kind of pull on and pull down, right? And this here is all the like disguise that this person has no brow ridge and probably lost her hair a long time ago. But look at this. Like, why does our president have such a big pelvis, right? That matches his shoulders, and why does his wife not? And usually this one is padded up real good lately. Is this female? With this big brow ridge, right? And this square jaw. Is this female? Once again, now see, you can see the pads here. They're doing good. But you can see these big collarbones straight across. The strength of the neck, the no neck, the strength of this forehead, the no forehead, the width of the eyes, the far width of the eyes, this jaw, this, why is this person's heart-shaped face, right? How long this elbow's down here, this elbow's up here. Why are the things that rule, why are the people that rule over us not like us? You see this? You see how good looking he was before he got his lips done? Like, this is a very handsome man. Long neck, male gaze. Now you can see here how long the arms are. And look at this skinny little leg, the skinny little leg of a man. This one's the one that struggles with the weight. Why? Because it's female. It's had a lot of babies. See how long? See where this wrist is below the crotch? See where this elbow is? Female's waist would be up here, high. Here we go. This is before all the plastic surgery. High waist to mimic female proportions, right? Long humerus bone. Shoulders, you could change lug nuts with these collarbones. The shoulder is outside of the hip, no matter how much they twist and turn, right? Oh, I got to try to hide the width of my shoulder and stick my male pelvis out. And what is this down here? Like, it's got a long crotch as if it's got something down there. Look at this. You see these legs? Are these female legs? No. Look at this Q angle. That's a male Q angle. This is big, fake boobs and a male torso and a big, big brow ridge and a bunch of hair to hide. Look at the jaw. Long arms, low elbows. See, this one's probably had a rib removal because its elbows are below its rib cage now. You know, you have floating ribs that they can remove. Just so male. Low, low butt, right? Look at how short these legs are and how huge these feet are, and look how long this torso and humerus bone are. And look at the shoulder, the strength of that shoulder. Levers, long levers are what's strong. Here's that one too, same thing. This person's always going to have a shoulder outside of the hip, shoulder bones out. So this person does not have a female pelvis. See, this is what they do. They're trying to make it seem female with this way they dress them, right? Do anything they can to break up the collarbones. Oh, let's draw my attention up here instead of this big old jaw. Look at the size of the hands. Put the hands in the pockets so you can't see the giant hands. All right, on to Mayor Diaz Julio. Oh, this is his wife. Look at how strong this male is. Look at how weak this person is. This person, these guys have stolen $1 billion, more than $1 billion from the New York City Mental Health Fund. See this? You see how wide these shoulders are? Look at this face. I have a lot of black female friends, and all of them are actually pretty. They don't have a brow ridge, they don't have a square jaw, they don't have a massive male palate, and they don't have this bony chest either. And they don't have these long. See this how long this humerus bone is. But we're gonna keep going. Here we go again. This one's very telling. So this person is much taller, but this person looks like, it could kick your ass in a cage fight, right? Look at how short. This person's waist is up here. This person's waist is down here. Look at how low these wrists are. Look at this person's. How come everybody above us is some sort of freakish situation like this? Do you know anyone in your real life whose wife is petite and has male you could change lug nuts with this. Look at this collarbone complex. Look at this neck. Look at the strength of this person compared to this person. This one's like tall and wispy with a big wide pelvis. How come if this one had the children, where did he carry them? Huh? This person's collarbone ends out here. This person's pelvis is inside of that. This is the person carrying the babies here. If they do that, I don't know that the ones that are popular do that. They probably just use some sort of surrogate. Its son doesn't even look like a son to me. Look at how close the eyes are together. Where is this person's male bone structure? It's got a big nose at the end because testosterone can make your nose grow. These soft tissue, like the cartilage, things like that will grow. This one's the strong one. Once again, we got an elbow up here real high. Here we go again. We got Clinton with the S. We've got this guy with the S. We've got this person who is petite with enormous shoulders and a big old brow ridge. We got a brow ridge on the daughter. We don't have a brow ridge on the son. We don't have a brow ridge on this person or a big jaw. We don't have a male shaped jaw. We don't have a male shaped jaw on this one either. And we don't have a brow ridge. Oh, Lord. Fairest big city. Yeah, right. Look at this man in drag. Unbelievable. This is Mayor Diaz-Holio's daughter and son, supposedly. Daughter with the wide set eyes, the longer arm, son with the short humerus bone, with the butte going on back here, short torso with the curve. What is really going on? I just wonder how high this goes, right? Like, I know someone, a guy I used to date, was recently elected to the Iowa state legislature, and I know it was a real man. So I know that a real person can make it up to the state legislature, but I don't know if you're allowed to go to Congress. I haven't investigated everyone in Congress, but look at this. Look at the strength of the daughter's shoulders and look at the father, the supposed father. Like, what male in your life does your father have a pelvis that matches the width of his shoulders? The bones? Here we go again with this weird looking family. This person has no brow ridge at all. And this person has a massive brow ridge. This person's shoulders, a girl that's petite, is wider than her father's and wider than her brother's, who they're much bigger. Look at the width of the shoulders of the females that are much more petite, and the width. And look here. See this pelvis? What's going on here? Here we go again. We've got huge hands, square wrists, small hands, sloping jaw. Can't tell with this jaw here. Big zygomatic arch. Where's this male zygomatic arch? It should be here. I don't really like to go by finger ratios because a female, this person's leaning down, right? So that their wrist is almost below their crotch, but they're leaning over and they're still not below their crotch. This person's is, and they're not even leaning over. Look at how low these arms are on the supposed females, below the crotch. And then this one that's supposedly the male is leaning over, and this person's wrist is still not below their crotch. Same thing with this one, right? Bring out the ruler of justice. We've got this person's wrist all the way up here when their crotch is all the way down here. This person's crotch is probably about right there. We got our matching. We've got this person's crotch about right here, and we got our, I mean, it's just unreal how much lower that is. And then this person's crotch is here, and this person's leaning over, and it's still just matching. It's not even exceeding. You have to just ask yourself, why are they the opposite of us? Look at the strength of this. This is male. Like, if this is a young man and this is an older man, why are they not stronger? I thought this was a better tell. Look at the brow ridge. This one's has some work on its teeth done because it's got the smaller. What they like to do is they kind of like to bring in the front of the teeth here to make them almost bucky, to make it seem like they don't have such a wide palate. This one has a very strong zygomatic arch. Well, Alexander, look at the big old jaw. I knew this was male from the get-go. Looks like a male donkey. You see this jaw here? You're never going to see a female like this. Look at the size of this teeth. Look at the size of this nose, right? The insert here. This person's had some work done on the brow ridge. It's been shaved down. Looks like probably had something done with its forehead to reduce, bring the hair forward. But without these pearls, and it's like a guy in lipstick. See these collarbones here? This one may have even had that surgery. They can cut like an inch out of each collarbone here and bring it in. But it looks like it's kind of just shrugging its shoulders. See the space here, the big brow ridge, this big space and the wide between the eyes. It does have high ears though. I'll give it that. Big jaw. They couldn't do much about this ramus, could they? See the size of the palate? This person's bone is right here, way outside the pelvis. Same thing on this side, way outside the pelvis. Right? Way outside. Way outside. It's got a lot of good work done up in this area, though, I would say. And I'll show you on its childhood picture. That butt is so low for a man. That's a man's butt, right? Men have the low butt, the long torso. See this calf attachment here? Men, oh man, can't zoom in good. Men have a very high calf attachment. That's another tell. And look at the size of the mouth. Good God. Here's when it's a kid. See the brow ridge? It's had a lot of work done. It's had its teeth done as well. This is very sad. This is malnutrition teeth. This person, I think they starve them of animal fat and protein so that they will not for male musculature and also female fat deposits. I think that's why they push them to be vegan. Um, their teeth never grow in right, because you need animal fat and protein to get your teeth to grow in properly. And my theory is that they also do not eat much animal meat or protein, or they don't drink milk and stuff like that, because they don't want to have the precursors for the male hormones being made in this body. They want the hormones that they force them to take. They want them to take root and have no competition. And if you don't eat any cholesterol, animal meat, you end up not being able to make hormones, because that's the precursors. So these two walking like guys here. This one's a little better, surprisingly enough. This is Trump's daughters, Tiffany and Ivanka. This one has had so much plastic surgery. This one passes a little more because it's always a little chubbier. But we'll keep going. All right, so this is a big old picture of them. And this is my same question that I always say. Why is it that the females are all so bony, right? It's the females with the wide set eyes. It's the females with the big jaws. It's the females with the brow ridges. And when you look at the men, why are the men always weaker looking? Why do they have the heart-shaped face? None of them have a good male bone structure. They have the Adam's raisin, right? Even the little girl here, supposedly little girl, it has a stronger looking face than any of the men in this picture. Why is it that females have the wider palates, the men have the tiny palates? Why is it that the females have the wider shoulders? Look at the width of the shoulder and the length here, the length of this bone, the strength in this elbow. Why is it that the females that are actually shorter and wearing heels, why do they have matching shoulders or wider shoulders than the supposed men? Why are the necks stronger and longer on the females? Why? Look at the size of these hands. Look at this wrist, square wrist. Arms that hang straight down to the side. Once again, I'm going to ask the same question. Why is it the females with the bone structure? Why do they have the brow ridge when these do not? Why do they have the width here to have lots of makeup and these have none, right? This person's nose has been done a lot and it's way too small for its face. If you actually look at this neck. Why is it the female has the big neck and not the men? Look at the male zygomatic arch. Where is the male zygomatic arch? Look at how close these eyes are together. All I know is that this is like a different race of people that is in charge of us. Once again, look at the width of the shoulders on supposed females that are shorter. Look at this person. This person has shoulder pads on, and you can still tell that the shoulders are not wider than this person's. Why is this person's arm shorter than this when this person is shorter? Look at the size of the jaw in Manlanya over here. Look at the jaw. Good God. This person's eyes look weird because they've had a lot of surgery to try to make it seem like they're female. I think they've had some sort of like eyelid lift done. This person, like, where are the jaws on the men? Where are the zygomatic arches of the male? This one's ears are really high. This one's lucky because his ears are low. He passes more, right? But where are the jaws on the men? Where are the jaws on the men? Why do I think that these ones would take these ones in a fight? Here we go again. Same question. Adam's raisin. Big wide arch, small palate, big brow ridge, no brow ridge. Same thing. Little boy with the short, with the eyes that are close together and the small palate. Little girl, eyed wide apart, bigger palate. Same thing. Look at the width of the shoulders. The width of the shoulders. This one too. This one here looks male. Look at that. Look at this brow ridge already forming. It's crazy. Why is what rules us opposite to us? Same thing. Look at the length of Ivanka's arm. This arm. This person's taller. This one's wearing heels. This one's got a male back and a low male ass. This one's passing so far, but I can tell already with look at the size of this skull with the father. Why is a little girl have a skull that's bigger than her father? And just as big as this guy, too. Look at this tiny little mouth and this little nose. This is just, it's absolutely bizarre. All I know is these people are not like us. Big male knees, right? Look at this. Look at this shoulder outside the pelvis. Shoulder, pelvis outside of the shoulder. Why is it in every picture it's the females with the big forehead where they would win the headbutting contest over any of these? Why do they all have these big jaws and these guys don't? I sound like a broken record, but it's just, I'm trying to look at this. Once again, I'm saying, why is this considered female and this is male? Really? This neck? This neck? Who would win the headbutt contest? Who's got the male gaze? Who's got the female eyes where you don't have any room to put on makeup? And you will see that the queen is also one of them, right? We've got the brow ridge still kicking after all these years. We've got the square jaw, just like on Manlanya. We've got long humerus bone. We are all padded up in here or we're fat. It doesn't matter. We still have short arms. No matter how much padding we have, we cannot hide that we got a male pelvis. This person's padded up too, but you can still see, you can still tell, still see that this person is male. And look at how long these arms are. Look at where the wrists are below the crotch. This person's crotch is like right here. Look at where the wrists are, way above the crotch. Look at where the queen's rib cage ends. Look at where the queen's pelvis is. This is an evil old looking man. See that? You see this? See this look? That's a dude. Mean looking dude, too. Well, here is Ivanka. Wide set eyes. Looking strong already. Long arms. Long arms with its mother. This one has the big boofy hairdo. Look at how low those ears are. Good God. This one's really falling apart. If you go look at it in the beach pictures. Here we go. We got a bunch of supposed men with really short arms, all above their crotch, all the wrists above their crotch. Big wide pelvises, no matter how much padding they put out here. They don't have much necks going on. This one's got probably the biggest neck. None of them have the square jaw. They all have these tiny little heads on these big old bodies, long legs, long legs, long legs, short torsos. These are the men that rule over you who suspiciously have female skeletons. Once again, we have brother and sister. We've got, look at the eyes. Look at how close these eyes are. Look at how small this person's palate is. This person's palate is big, how wide the eyes are. Look at the neck. The neck of this person, if this person is wearing heels and is shorter than this really tall person here. And why does this person's neck shorter or maybe even the same size as this one? It's impossible. This is not how things work. Look at this square jaw. Where is the square jaw on this person? The zygomatic arch on this one is male. Where is the male zygomatic arch? Look at this person's shoulders, how wide they are. Look at this person's shoulders, who's much taller. Sloping shoulders, straight across shoulders. Well, all right, that's all for tonight. I just wanted to go through what rules over us, and we shall see. We shall see what happens with this election. I hope things get better. But when I see that it doesn't matter what party they are or whatever, that they're the opposite of us, it doesn't give me a lot of hope. All right, take care, y'all.